Hey, what's up? Kevlin here, and as you can see, I'm not wearing my usual Academy uniform or the Robin cosplay because I have yet to do laundry. And so I'm just gonna be jumping from costume to costume for a bit. So right now, I'm kind of Henry. I was gonna bring Henry the snake out, but I didn't feel like getting bit, so you'll have to excuse me for that. Today, I'm going to be looking at a few lists that I asked you guys to send in. I asked you to send them in sets of lists of Fire Emblem characters in sets of 10. I'm going to be looking at them and going through them and figuring out 5 to keep and 5 to get rid of. This is just all my own personal opinion. This is a very last minute video. I am not very cognitive right now, so this is unscripted and it is probably going to be a dumpster fire. So here we go. The first list is from one of my friends, and they have on this list Amalda, Arian, Lewin, Blue, Makio, Oscar, Mist, Leth, Sakura, and Setsuna. I'm going to get rid of Setsuna first. She's never really done anything for me, gameplay-wise or story-wise. I've always just kind of found her to be an inconvenience. So if you look up inconvenience in the dictionary, there's probably going to be a picture of her stuck in a trap. That's just how she rolls. Next, I'm probably going to be taking off Makio. While she is kind of like a mother figure and she's the manager of the Mirage Masters, she gets herself kidnapped. She's also, I don't know. I don't know how much I can trust someone who spends most of their time drinking and flirting around with other managers and some of their own performers that may or may not be underaged. I can't really get behind that, so that's going to be another one. I probably want to get... Part of me really wants to get Lewin off this list, but I know he plays an important role, especially with Salif and Julia. But I'm just kind of like... He's Lewin. I don't really know how else to describe that. He's kind of like a cross between like Sylvain and Laszlo, but he has a stint of power because he's a prince, and yet he still shrugs that off and he gets himself into a lot of trouble. I'm gonna put him on maybe. Let's see who else can I cross off. I'm gonna get rid of Arian, just because he seems to be a little bit two-faced, I guess. He's trying to support Travent, but he's also trying to support Altena, and it's kind of brought him into trouble. I can't really pin down his character other than that. He just seems to be playing the game for his own gains, so no thank you, goodbye. Alright, I need 2 more people to go away. Who's it gonna be? Part of me really wants to get rid of Bloom because he did absolutely nothing to stop his wife Hilda from supporting the child hunts, and it just kept escalating and getting worse. So, I mean, he did help Tyne, and we got Ishtar from him, but, Okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of him and Lewin. Okay, so that's the list from my friend. Let's move on to the next one. Another friend. So we've got Surtur, Ryoma, Kagero, Case, Seizo, Kieran, Reinhardt, Julius, Ishtar, and Odin. I'm gonna get Surtur as the first one going on this list. He killed one of his own daughters. That's not okay. And followed by that is Julius. Sure, I mean, a lot of things happen to him between point A and point B, but he did some terrible things and some really messed up things, and it's like, no. Okay. I'm gonna put Kieran on here. I really like Kieran's design, but since they have even less of a scripted personality or any personality at all than the other avatars, I'm gonna have to put them there. I need 2 more. I don't want to put... I have snakes named Kagero and Seizo. I don't want to put them on this list because I don't want to get bit. They'll be mad at me if I put them on this list. Odin's on here again too. I guess I'm going to put Ishtar on here. Part of me really wants to put Seizo on here just because every single route he's on, he's just a huge pain in the butt, and he's like, I don't trust you. Like, yeah, that's his job. And I'm okay that he's actually like openly I guess, assertive or very open about saying, I got my eye on you, and by that literal, because he only has one eye, but there's just something very off-putting about him, say, versus, like, Frederick or Sedith, who also openly distrust you, and they're like, oh, I don't trust you, I'm going to keep an eye on you, but there's just something extremely off-putting about Seizo, so I'm probably going to put him here. This next list is from Raven Aether 7.10. Is Ike, Dimitri, Raven, Soren, Lucas, Micaiah, Hector, Malchez, and Balthus. I'm going to put Micaiah on here. I really liked Micaiah when I, like, the first half of the game. I just can't put my finger on it, but there's just something really off about her. I really want to say I want to put Balthus on here. I love his dialogue, and I love the support conversations. But, again, it's the whole, I don't know. He's a great character to watch, but in real life, I know he would drive me nuts because I'm not into drinking and I'm not into gambling. So I'm like, so I guess probably gonna put him on here. I just started my next playthrough of Three Hopes as Malchez. I don't know. Again, I feel like I want to put him on here because he's an Avatar character. And he does have a lot more personality than, say, Byleth, but again, there's a written reason for that. And we did get Arvel from Shez, but I think I'm going to get rid of Hector first. He's extremely useful. Any version of him is very useful in battle. And he's really fun to listen to and to watch, but just the eagerness that comes from him, he's he's a little bit reckless, so I feel really bad putting him down there because he got me through a lot in Heroes. But I need two more. I don't want to put Soren on here. I'm honestly not too familiar with Raven. I get, like, his personality. He's kind of, like, a cross between, say, like, Felix and Ike, I guess. I love Lucas, too, but... Oh, this is a hard list. Okay. I am going to put... I'm going to put Shez on here. Just solely because I haven't finished playing through as Malchez. So I guess it comes down to Raven, Soren, or Lucas. Combat-wise, Soren was a lot better than Lucas, but personality-wise, Lucas is a lot nicer. I do enjoy Soren, like, his backstory is super interesting, and watching him interact, but again, it's one of those things where it's like, I love watching him, but in real life, he's very off-putting. I think I'm gonna put Soren on... No, I can't put Soren. Oh... I guess I'm gonna have to put Raven on here just because I don't know enough about him. I just know the surface of it, like his personality, his weapon types, and just a bit of his backstory and like his close family, and of course, Lucius, who is... I do like them a lot. Okay. Alright, this last set of lists comes from Reckless X Writer. We have Azura, Chrom, Lucina, Korn, Robin, Cordelia, Ishida, or Xada, however you want to pronounce it, Marth, Celica, and Byleth. Okay. Going through this, I feel like this might be a little easier. I'm getting rid of Azura. She's very nice, and she's very aesthetically pleasing, but she's not a good battle unit, and they're trying to make her mysterious and kind of closed off, but it didn't really work. It's not because I was able to read her character that well, but I don't know, she was very story heavy, but she wasn't, I just didn't bond with her. She didn't do that much for me battle wise. She wasn't that interesting conversation wise. She's just very aesthetically pleasing, and I guess I would see her more as like a comfort character. Like I would love to learn how to dance from her, or just love to hear stories from her. But I can't. I wouldn't want to be next to her in battle, and I don't think there's anything else I can really say. Um, Getting rid of Cordelia. My younger self would have, like, younger, I mean, like, elementary school age, would have loved Cordelia. Like, the red and white, and the little hair clips, and the little heart pattern. She is very aesthetically pleasing, but she's not useful, and I just feel kind of bad for her. She's kind of one note. She wants to be perfect, but she's not. None of her battle stats seem to agree with that, and all she wants to do is marry Chrom, like everybody else in Fate's Awakening. But she's just... She does a lot of busy work behind the scenes, but on the battlefield, she doesn't seem to be able to hold up the I'm perfect part of it. I'm getting rid of Sheeta as well. She is very inspirational in-game, but she's not useful. I just find her very clingy, and I just find her very whiny, especially in the anime. Oh my gosh. That is a different can of worms for a different day. I think her words, she's one of the more, she's the person where her words are more powerful than her actions. But she puts herself in so many situations that can get her killed. Again, like in the anime, she throws herself in between Agma and Navarre, and they both easily could have cut her in half at the same time and just left a bunch of little diced pieces of princess everywhere. Like, okay. Yeah, also, she's just not that useful to me. The only thing that makes her useful, especially in newer games like in Warriors or in Heroes, is her weapon, which is always good against like 10 different things. But other than that, if you switch her out her weapon, she's not that good. It's all the weapon and not her. Okay. There's a lot of Avatar characters on here. I have 3 already, though. I have Azura, Cordelia, and Sheeta. Celica's on here again. I'm gonna get rid of Celica again. Part of me wants to put Korner on here because of all of the excess amount of them we're getting in Heroes. Same thing with Robin. But Byleth is a strange one. I really like the look of them, but then I also remember we get Sothos from them as well. I love Robin. I like his outfit, or their outfit. But out of all of my avatars, between Korn, Robin, and Byleth, Robin has been my weakest one. I don't want to put Robin on here. Oh, this is how I thought this would be easier. I could just put Chrom on there and not pick any of the avatars. Alright, I guess I'm gonna put Chrom on here just so Cordelia won't get lonely. Alright, so that is my list. I feel like an awful person putting some of these characters down because either I didn't know enough about them, or just because they weren't useful in battle, or I felt really shallow, like, oh, this character has a pretty cape, so I'm gonna put them on instead. But like, some of these lists were hard. I would love to do something like this again, so if you guys want to list more characters of sets, if you want to list more characters, I would love to do this again. So if you guys want to list Fire Emblem characters in the comments below in sets of 10, you're more than welcome to. They don't have to be in any specific order or any reason. They could be playable. They could be not playable. They just have to be in sets of 10 so I can start doing this. If you guys want to just make it challenging, yeah, my poor befuddled brain was struggling with that. But if you guys want to watch my brain start to have another meltdown, if you want to put like Ike on the list, or Marth, or Dimitri, other characters I've really liked. I think I've mentioned Reinhardt a lot in my videos. So Ike, Marth, Dimitri, Reinhardt. Henry I really like. But yeah, that's just some of the characters I just use them a lot, or I really, really like them. Of course, any of the characters that I've married in any of my games. Yeah. So, thank you for joining me. I know this was probably a dumpster fire. Again, it's 4 a.m. I just I don't know how this is going to turn out, so let me know if you guys would like me to do something like this again, or what. If this doesn't do well, then it probably won't be the smartest move on my part to do something like this again. I had fun, though. Though probably going back and editing this later is probably going to be cringe miss. Speaking of the holidays, happy holidays. I hopefully will have a little Christmas gift for you guys coming out soon, along with maybe a Christmas video. It's not like a Christmas video. It's something that I made at 6 in the morning, kind of on a whim, just because I thought it was funny. So if you guys want to see it, I'll definitely post it sometime. I don't know when. But until then, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good one.